And I'm joined by Grace of When Rivers Meet. How you doing, Grace, mate?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, Lee?
Yeah, good to have you back on, mate. Good to see you again. Always nice to have you on.
Oh yeah, no, it's good to see you. Yeah, sorry, Aaron can't join us today. He's laid up, but I know he wants to chat with you, so he's gutted.
Oh, bless him. Well, give him my best, mate. Like we were saying before we press record on it, I saw the post up earlier this week, so I just hope he's doing all right. That's all. That's the main
Yeah,
thing.
I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, so, well, he's got to get himself better because in a few weeks' time, you guys are hitting the road for the Aces of High tour, of course, and support the album itself. The album itself did really well for you guys. It charted pretty highly. It was getting commended all over the shop. You guys must have been pretty over the moon with the response that it got.
Yeah, it was crazy, and we'd been working for a really long time to be able to chart report at all. So to chart report sort of for the first time and get a top 10 album, that was crazy. And then yeah, it done really well, like review wise and in different polls. So I don't think we could have wished for more. It was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's fair to say, that this album is probably slightly heavier, slightly more on the rocker side if you got a blues rock sliding scale, or when compared to your previous releases. Was that a conscious decision, or was that just the way the writing went this time around?
I think it was conscious because we wanted the writing to go like that. So um yeah, we were really into a different guitar tone. So coming away from like the classic distortion
Hmm.
of our previous records to a fuzz tone, which we got obsessed about. And yeah, I think we in production we totally wanted it to be heavier. We wanted to push it, and we kept pushing it and kept pushing it. And then I remember we got one track back from our producer, and I was like, "You've just pushed it too far." And he was like, "Okay, I'm going to dial it back." So, like, we were on the edge of what we were comfortable with, but just in the right spot. That's why I think we're really excited for this tour because it is our heaviest album, and some of these songs are like we wrote them to play live, so we just can't wait.
I bet some of those songs are going to sound great. Like I've seen that live setting, and you say you've mixing up the tone a bit now, and it's
Yeah,
always. I think for me, when an artist like you say, it's just slightly outside of that comfort zone, but not to the point where they're fully uncomfortable and just like this is not what we do. But I think that actually sometimes where some of the best bits come.
definitely. Yeah, we wanted to like push the boundaries with it for sure. And yeah, it's funny because I remember when he sent that through, it was like this massive bass drop that he'd put in it. And I was like, that's just one step too far. But everything else is just like, it is like you say, it's on the edge. But I think that is what's going to make it so exciting to play live because we've not played these songs and we're only just starting to play them with the band now. So
Yeah.
majority of them, and it's the first time we've toured an album. Before it's been headline tours. The first one we already had 3 records out, and so it's nice to just go out and tour an album. That feels cool.
That bearing in mind, then with the set coming in for this tour, I take it it's going to be Aces High. It's heavy then.
Yeah, we're doing the whole of Aces are High, so a 10-song album. So that's 10 tracks, but we play like over 20. So obviously we've got some of our old ones that we're throwing in. But even then, we're throwing in ones we've not toured before. We really
Oh,
want to
okay.
mix it up. So yeah, it's going to be cool. Very
Nice
different.
one. Nice one. I mean, this album it is your third album, and so many bands on that third album tend to have like a standout or a defining album in their career. On album three, you got like Aerosmith's Toys in the Attic, Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet, Rival Sons, Great Western Valkyrie, Blackberry Smoke, Whippoorwill, stuff like that. Did you feel that pressure when you were writing for the third album?
No,
That's a
I
good
might
thing.
my next time, but no, I don't think we did. I think we actually felt more pressure on the second album because it was sort of like, was the first album a fluke?
Yeah.
And so the second one, there was definitely the pressure was on that one. But yeah, with this last one, um, I think actually we were more like creatively free than we'd ever been, like where we're just growing in confidence and um sort of knowing that the only way forward, like with your music, is to trust your own instincts and where you want to take it. Because as soon as you start questioning things, like all the creativity goes out of the window, and you're just thinking, are people going to like this? What are they going to think? And if you go down that route, you've just lost.
You
You've
lost
lost.
you lost yourself, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you feel like on this release, then on the other side of that, you made your two albums, they did really well. Obviously, the first album you released was during lockdown, so that was kind of a weird period for everyone. But you'd already made your point in this is, we are we've got our fans. They like what we're doing, so they're going to trust us now. They know where we're going to go roughly, but maybe we just take them. But like you say, you've gone a little few further steps along the line in the heaviness side thing by bringing the fuzz in, but taking those fans along with it.
Yeah, I think so. And it does feel like people are sort of invested in what we're doing, whether it's like acoustic stuff or the ballads that we do, the covers, our own more like the bangers that we've got. Like people like seem to sort of embrace all the different parts of the stuff we do. So yeah, we have a lot of sort of hope and faith in people that they will, one of the reasons we stay independent is so we can do the music we want to do. And that's, so people back us for that, which is we're really lucky for.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, obviously, you guys with the first two records, and I'm guessing it's been the same with the third. I've always had you've had a very, you've had the same team pretty much all the way through the releases. Did that change at all on this record, or was it literally just the sort of tonality of what you were writing?
Yeah, same lineup. So we just went in the studio. We were in for 3.5 months for AC, and we lived in our camper, which is really small and seems to get smaller by the day. Parked outside, and yeah, we just sort of working through it. It takes such a long time because our producer plays all the other instruments. So he plays bass, drums, keys, does some backing vocals for us. And that's always worked really well for us because he's a producer and he's really always trying to channel your vision. So it's really easy for him to be able to play on the records. And he actually tours with us now. He's our bassist on the road as well, which is so cool. But this next time round, so we're going back in the studio in June.
Oh, right.
We're actually taking our drummer Foxy, who's been with us from the first tour. He's coming in with us for the whole month as well. We're going to live with him up in the cottage near the studio. So we're really excited about that, like having something different this next time. So.
Oh, no, that is exciting to see where that'll go then.
Yeah.
Exciting. Do you think with you having essentially the band more on this next record, that'll end up being more of a live sound against the record, or you've not still thought about that yet?
Yeah, sort of less thought about the live sound, I guess, because when we're in the studio, we record everything as live as much as we can. So we will jam the songs, vocals. Aaron does guitar, and then Ads is always on the drums to start with, and then he drops bass in after. So I think we'll probably get. I hope the songs will have a nicer flow, and we've got a real different energy we're going for with this next record. So, I think a nicer, more organic flow to them. I think that's hopefully we'll achieve that.
Yeah, nice one, man. Well, like you say, the tour kicks off in just a few weeks' time on the 27th of April, kicking off all the way through. Obviously, closest date to us here is Norwich up at Epic Studios. So I'll be coming along to that, which is a great venue. Have you guys played there before? I know you've done the Waterfront, but you've not played Epic, have you?
No, we've never played there. We went to see Chris Barris there, and we loved the venue. So yeah, that's why we're going back there this time. It's gonna be good.
So, are there any songs off the album in particular that you're really looking forward to giving a bit of a kick live that you might not have done so as yet, or have you played most of it by now live?
No, we've only played 3 songs off of the new album live. So we kind of wanted to save it for the tour. And there's one, I want to Trail to Avalon. I can't wait. It's like got a massive chorus. So that's going to be great. But then on the flip side of it, we've got By Your Side, which is a ballad, like a slower song on the album. And for once, Aaron's going to be putting his guitar down, and our producer is going to be playing guitar, and our guitar tech is going to be jumping on bass, and we're just going to mess around a bit with it.
Nice.
Like, because we just wanted to get lost in singing the song together. So we were like, well, let's just play around. So yeah, we were having a lot of fun messing around with the songs and working out what we're going to do.
Oh, that's wicked.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that. Because I say it's nice when you go see a band live and they do that kind of thing, and they're just going to have fun with it. We all know the songs, we all are there to enjoy it. But as long as it's as long as it sounds great, it's always great to see a bit of different take of stuff and have some fun with it.
Totally.
Oh, nice one. That's great. And with the tour itself, you already announced your support act. You've got the Dusk Brothers supporting. Where did you guys come across them?
Oh, so it was a festival, Linton Festival, and when we arrived, they were on stage, and we just were instantly drawn to them. Like we stood backstage and watched their whole set. They were so like chilled and so cool. And obviously they're brothers. This got a great connection.
Yeah.
And they're literally producing a fully produced sound on stage, the two of them.
Wow.
They've got like homemade, handmade percussion and instruments, but it's not just like, you know, a one-man band situation. Like they are so finely tuned what they're doing, and we massively appreciated it. So straight away, as soon as we saw them, like Art backstage was like, can we have your telephone number, because we want you to come and play with us. You know, we just absolutely love what they're doing. So
oh, that's amazing, man. It's nice when you get that complete live buzz off a band, you know, especially when you, was that the first time you'd seen them, I take it, was it?
never heard of them, never seen them, and yeah, just really took to their sound massively, and they're really nice guys. So they supported us on we had a pop-up London show, so we them to join us for that one. They were great, smashed it, really nice guys. And then we were like, okay, do the tour. Come on tour. So yeah.
Nice. I mean, you guys, anytime I've seen you, you've had great support. You know, whether it be with Troy or Ariel, you know, you guys have always had great support anytime I've seen you. So I've not seen these guys live yet, so I'm excited for it.
Yeah. And yeah, we've been really lucky because it's all been lovely people as well. Like I'm still in touch with Ariel all the time, and Aaron's always in touch with Troy. They're like great people, and so it's fun to be. You want people that you want to be on the road with, you know. So yeah, that's really important to us, that everyone's cool, gets along.
I think it sounds like a tour that no one wants to miss, mate, by the sound of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, nice one. And of course, a couple of weeks ago, I saw a post saying you guys were along at the Brits. How was that?
Oh my God, yeah. That was a bit of a shock. We didn't expect to get an invite to that, but it was really cool. And I think one of the coolest things was that we've always felt very much like, you know, everything's pretty much done from this cabin in our garden, and you know, like we're completely self-released, self-managed, and the fact that the people that contacted us and invited us knew who we were. They've been watching what we've been doing, and they wanted us to go along and represent what, you know, our genre. We were like, it was pretty mind-blowing. We just thought we were completely flying under the radar of the industry, doing our own thing, and it was like, wow, maybe we're not. This is cool. We're making more of an impact than we realized.
That's really cool to have that, especially when you guys have done it, like you say, your way. You know, you've done it from grassroots up. You were doing all your, you know, and you still do your live streams. Obviously, during lockdown, you took advantage of that, and we're building up your audience that way. You know, like we was talking about earlier, your debut came out, and you couldn't even tour that because of what was going on at the time, but yet you still built up, you know, that fan base been with you since, and obviously have been built on with the last few releases as well. So to come from that and to build up to a point like where you say you get invitations to stuff like that, that's really cool, man.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, but like you say, it was, yeah, very cool, very surreal.
Nice one. So what are your plans for summer? I know you got Made of Stone Festival. Is there any other festivals you got lined up? Did I miss?
We have some of the bigger ones we're not able to announce yet, which is a bummer. But we're going off to Europe. So yeah, we've got loads of exciting, some of the like the bucket list festivals for us we've got. So yeah, we're really chuffed. It's going to be a busy.
Another busy summer for you guys then.
Yeah, we're going to be we got a really cool festival coming in June, and we sent it to our producer. Obviously he's a bassist as well. Yeah. We were like, okay, is everyone free on this date? And he was like, we're in the studio. We're like, look at the festival, look at the lineup. Okay, I get you. Right, you're allowed to do that one. You know, so, yeah, it's gonna be good.
So you soon got him on board for the actual gig then, rather than production.
Yeah, managed to get these. Yeah, we'll get him to. He gets so lost in recording when we're recording. It's quite difficult to like be in studio mode and then come out and be in gig mode. But we're definitely up for it. So
I say that's got to be quite tricky, to be fair, to have these two hats on and try and make that work. I know a lot of people do and do it well, but that's got to be tricky. I don't know if I'd have. Well, I don't have the skill set for one, let alone the patience. So.
I think it's actually kind of more. It's more difficult in a way. Well, in lots of ways to like be running, because we're like a little independent business. You know, we are a registered independent record store retailer. It just selling music, and we have to comply to certain standards to get this like certification that we have. So like we do a lot. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes, and it's more difficult to like put your laptop down and go, right, I'm going to go write a song. You know, when your head's buzzing with emails, that's worse. So
Did the songwriting process change between the two albums, other than playing with like, you know, different sounds and that? Did the process itself change?
no, it was still the same. So Aaron's still doing all the lyrics, and then I'm doing the music. We have opened up a bit more to collaborating with our producer more with the songs. So we pulled the songs a little bit apart a bit more in the studio than we have done before. I think we're gradually getting like less precious about songs, you know, and that's why it works for us. Because you see a lot of other artists, they you know, they go and they're co-writing with all other people and mixing it up, and we've never been able to do that. We are very like insular with our writing. We get lost in our own little world. So we were a bit braver. We opened up, and this is like, we've been working with him for 5 years, so it's taken a bit of time. But
Yeah, you've got
yeah,
that trust there.
collaborative. Yeah.
I remember saying previously on the writing process that, you know, if you and Aaron don't sort of line up on what you're writing, you'll just, you know, push it to one side, and, you know, if it's supposed to come back, it will, kind of scenario. Did you have anything? Has that changed at all in your writing process? Do you fight on anything a bit more? Not fight, but do you stand by what say if you've been writing something a bit more more in your control, and Aaron's sort of come to it and says, oh, he's not the thing. If you Do you try and convince each other a bit more these days, or do you just go, no, okay, well, that's not working for us both, so it doesn't work for the band?
Yeah, I think we still do a pretty good job of it. We're pretty brutal with each other if we don't like something, but it doesn't normally tend to take much persuading. If I'm like, I'm not into this lyric, this isn't working, that needs to change, you know, it's a bit like, oh well, I like this, and then we talk it, but it doesn't tend to go too far. We're sort of precious, but we're precious together about things.
That's cool.
So, yeah. No, so we're pretty lucky, and we tend to like the same things. Like with the next record, we've got the same vision in our head. We're like on the same path, so it makes it a lot easier. If we were like, one was going one direction and the other one was another, then it would be really difficult. But thankfully, that's not happened yet. So,
well, fingers crossed that doesn't happen, mate, and it just continues to be. Well, like you say, you know, you're on the road, so anybody listening to this, go grab your tickets, go see When Rivers Meet. You know, you guys are always great live, and it's always a good show, so make sure you get out to that. Obviously, you've got the tour coming up, you've got festivals coming up for the summer, you're going back in the studio to work on the next release, like you said, later this year. Is there anything else that's got in your mindset for the remainder of this year and into 2025 that you've got in your mindset?
That's kind of sums it up, I think.
Yeah.
We've got a lot we want to do, like with kind of making sure that our community stays really strong.
That's cool.
So we've got such a good community of fans, and so we're going to be doing some independent record store signings.
Oh, wicked.
And some ad hoc meetups, and we're also going to be doing a duo tour. So it's going to be like a pretty chilled out, kind of vibey little duo tour, much smaller than what we do with the band. So we just want to do that because we want to keep our connection with people, and we've had so much amazing support. We just want to make sure that we're giving back what we get, you know. So lots of stuff going on.
Oh, well, sounds good, Grace. Well, I will see you in a couple of weeks' time over at Norwich Epic Studios. So yeah,
Okay.
see you there, mate. Thanks for your time as always, Grace. Always great to chat to you, mate.
And
Oh, thanks, man. But yeah, at the beginning of the interview, as you mentioned it, and I got to be honest, it is one of my favourites off the album as well. We're going to play Trail to Avalon at the beginning of the interview. But what song off the record would you like us to play at the end of the interview?
ooh, I say, let's go Perfect Stranger.
Ah, good call. Good call. We'll lock it in.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Well, thanks for your time as always. And yeah, I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. See you then.